Welcome back, friend, to another episode. So today we're talking about understanding how to use Facebook and Instagram properly when it comes to your content. So we're going to dive deeper into the best practices for content distribution. Hopefully this helps you out. If you're running a center or a preschool or a home daycare, chances are you're probably on social media. You probably have a Facebook and Instagram account, maybe a TikTok, and you're posting things throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. So it's really important for me to have you understand how to use these platforms well so that you can grow your reach, you can enroll more kids, and most importantly, you're not wasting your time, right? We all know that social media are huge time suckers, and if you're not careful, you can actually be scrolling for hours, completely forgetting why you even opened the app in the first place. So my goal on this podcast is really to equip you to make sure that these platforms that are really powerful and free to use are working for your business, not the other way around. Okay, so these are some best practices for your content to make sure that you're using these platforms properly and that you are getting more eyeballs on your posts. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to understand your target audience. So your target audience is just a marketing lingo. Basically, that means who are you trying to attract with these posts? Who did you create these posts for? Okay. And really just think about that for a second. Okay. So don't just say everybody that lives in your community. Think about the type of childcare business you're running. Think about the program, the curriculum. So for example, I have some clients that have family daycares, home daycares that are Christian-based. So a lot of their content is obviously focused more on Christian-based content and videos and posts. I have another client that is running a bilingual Montessori program. So she really focuses on educating the families about, a second language and, Montessori curriculum and what the benefits are, what the differences are between that and regular curriculum. So she really focuses her content on that. Now, every time she posts something, everything she's putting out there is meant to attract, educate, and get that mom and dad that is looking for that specific curriculum or program. So let's say, for example, the mom and dad that is interested in Montessori or that's kind of curious about it, right? Or in my other client's case, the Christian-based daycare. Every time they're posting, they're making sure that whatever they're putting out there aligns with what they're actually doing in the daycare, right? But that more importantly, it is really landing in front of the right eyeballs. It really is getting the right message in front of the right eyeballs, okay? So if you are not a Christian-based daycare, like don't post about Christian-based things, right? If you're not running a Montessori program, you don't want to be posting about Montessori curriculum either. You want to make sure that the type of curriculum that you are setting up, implementing in your daycare, in your center, aligns with what you are putting out there, because that's what that's the type of parent that you want to attract, and that's what that content is going to do for you. Okay. So I wouldn't want, for example, to attract families in my daycare that aren't interested in Christian-based or VPK or Montessori or Reggio, right? So you want to make sure that every time you're posting or putting a graphic together or putting a little video together, that you are thinking about that mom and dad that is scrolling online right now and that they're thinking about daycare or switching their child daycare, or maybe they're actively seeking daycare for the first time. You want to make sure that your messaging and the images that you're using really does connect with them on that level, enough to make them stop the scroll, right? A lot of the time, social media, I would say 80% of the time, is really just getting someone to stop the scroll, right? We know that there's billions of users on social media. Moms and dads are on social media throughout the day. So your job as a business owner is really use these platforms to get them to stop the scroll, to break through the noise and to get them to notice you. Okay. So when you're putting content out, understand your target audience, what they're looking for, what they're seeking, what they're struggling with, what they're interested in, what they want to learn more about, and just create content around that. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is the right platform, like really just choosing the right platform. So I've had clients that were on Pinterest and TikTok, and they weren't getting any signups, any engagement, any messages. And that's because they were on the wrong platforms. My suggestion is stick to Facebook and Instagram because most of your clients are on either one of those platforms. And the cool thing is that you can actually connect both platforms together so that you can actually update both at the same time. So they're not wasting your time trying to figure out what to post on each platform. Okay. So let's just put aside TikTok for a second, or Pinterest or YouTube, and really just focus on Facebook and Instagram, because chances are that's where most of your clients are. Okay. I'm not saying the other platforms aren't powerful. I'm just saying that if you're trying to spread the message everywhere, you are cutting yourself thin and you're spreading yourself thin, and it's going to be really difficult for you to kind of cut through the noise if you're just trying to do all the things all the time, all over the place, right? My goal here is really to give you things that are strategic, that are practical, that are simple to implement, so that once you stop listening to this podcast, you can actually go and actually implement what you learned, okay? So start with Facebook and Instagram, see how that flows, and then if you have enough time, if you're enjoying it, then you can actually venture off and go on the other platforms, but again, not necessary, okay? And number 3 is consistency and engagement. Okay. So this is a big one. And this is one that most providers do struggle with because again, consistency means every single day. And creating consistent, engaging content can take some time. I'm not going to lie. Especially if you don't have a plan in place and you're not really tech savvy, or you're not using, Canva or a scheduler to help you out. This can feel time consuming. And what happens when things get a bit difficult, most to just stop doing it altogether, right? So I don't want that to be you. So here is the deal. If you're not paying for Facebook ads to consistently show your post or your business page to people 24/7, then you have to make it a point to post every day, to show up every single day. Okay. And this doesn't matter if you're fully booked. It doesn't matter if if you have one space, or if you have 10 spaces, or if you're just starting a wait list. I want you to get in the habit of just showing up and posting consistently, right? So if you can't do every day, make sure you're 4 or 5 times at least a week that you are showing up on Facebook and Instagram, and that you're just putting something out there. Okay. So this is something that's really important for the algorithm, for the Facebook and Instagram brain, if you will, okay? They want to make sure that they're keeping their users happy on these platforms, and that they're engaged, and that they're watching the content, they're scrolling through, right? And you actually increase the chances of someone actually finding your post if you're actually consistent on these platforms. If you're only posting once in a while, then no one is going to see what you're posting. And then you're going to feel as though, these platforms aren't working, and I'm posting and I'm not getting anywhere. Well, are you posting every day? Are you posting content that actually engages, or is it spammy, boring stuff? Are you educating families? Are you leveraging Canva and those amazing, beautiful templates that they have? Are you leveraging videos, or are you just hiding behind a flyer? So, right, I want you to start thinking about these things, because chances are you're probably not staying consistent. You're not leveraging Canva properly. You're not having fun with your content and just, getting creative. Video marketing and going live and all the things like that are just so powerful and great strategies to really grow your reach and get more families to trust you faster. Are you doing those things, or are you just hiding behind a flyer or a graphic, right? These are all things to think about when you're thinking about your reach online. So instead of saying, I just did it once and it didn't work, or I just don't like the way I look live, I challenge you to kind of step out of your comfort zone and really just leverage these platforms in a way that's actually going to help you grow your business, right? Because if you're not growing your business, or you're not putting your program on the map, or kind of standing out, then why are you on Facebook and Instagram, right? If it's just to scroll through videos, then you can do that in your spare time. But if you're using them to really grow your business, to get your program in front of more eyeballs, then it's important that you get in the habit of showing up consistently. So 4 or 5 times a week, if you can do daily, that's amazing. Updating your stories every day, and not hiding behind static images or flyers, but really just having fun. And, even if you feel as though it doesn't look perfect, well, guess what? Nothing ever looks perfect, right? If you feel as though you're not, camera ready all the time, or, you don't feel like going on live video because you don't like the way you look on camera, I really suggest that you really just get past that and just switch that mindset to, this is what I have to do to really show families in my community that they can trust me with their children, they can refer me to their friends and family, and that I'm in it for the right reasons, okay? So it's really, really important for you to really think about how you can increase engagement on your posts. So engagement means, get someone to watch your video or like or comment or even share or tag a friend. What types of things do you have to be doing every day to attract these moms and dads to your platforms, right? And just posting randomly isn't going to cut it, unfortunately, right? So I challenge you. Go out, look at your platforms, try to think about engaging things to post about, go live, do videos, update your stories, and really just use these platforms in a way that's actually going to help you grow your business and not completely waste your time. And I promise you that if you implement these best practices, like understanding your target audience, choosing the right platforms and really just focusing on them and really just creating content that is consistent and engaging, you will see your data go up, you will see your pages reach more families, and you will begin receiving messages and phone calls. I promise. I know, because clients in our membership, that's what they're experiencing. When we start working with them, we actually create content and send it out to our clients every single day. And I have clients that tell me, wow, Christina, I'm getting phone calls. I never used to get phone calls before. I'm getting visits. I'm reaching more families because I'm tracking my data. And wow, this is really helping. So if you're not ready to pay for ads, then I strongly suggest you check out our monthly membership. This is for you if you're running a small home daycare or a smaller center and you need help just, posting every day, just staying in the feed of local moms and dads, and you just need that help because you don't have time to create content or post, or you just don't feel like it. I'm going to put some links in the show notes. Make sure you look out for those. As always, I hope that this blesses you and your business, and I will see you next time. Bye.